So, let's do this Defiant thing and see how this whole process goes. Alright, there it is. 99 out of 100. We're going to claim our last blueprint. And we now have all 100 blueprints. I'm sure I could keep claiming blueprints, like if I wanted a second one. If I don't build it and I want to wait another 100 days, I'm sure I might be able to keep claiming blueprints. But I know the instant I actually build this ship, that should go away in the store. So let's go ahead and let's build our USS Defiant. Alright, it takes about 8.5 days based on my particular ops level. We'll give it about 30 seconds to get the helps while we take a quick look at what else we've got wrapping up here today. So Domination's wrapping up. Starbase Architect still has 2 more days left on it, although we've actually finished the Alliance milestone already. Last minute to get your Cardassian armadas in. Looks like we slipped to 3rd, but I mean, the rewards for this are just event store currency. There's nothing else going on, so I don't know how much you want to kill yourselves for an extra couple thousand event store currency. Assault Champions is also wrapping up. Hopefully you completed your solo milestone. I got on the leaderboard because I actually did damage in this one. And then as long as you participated, even if you were the first person killed, you should still get credit for your Alliance rewards. It's what should have happened for everybody last time. Most of us it did happen for, but I did hear some people didn't. They died first without getting a shot off and didn't get credit for this. If that happens again, you should put in a ticket for it, because as far as we've been told, if you participate, you have a battle log, you were killed by the Armada, it will count as 0 points for dealing damage, so you won't get on the solo leaderboard, but you will get on this leaderboard. Or you'll get the rewards for it. You won't show up on the list, but you should get the rewards for it. We also have the regular Armada hunt wrapping up today. And we've got 2 days left on our overflow to finish this up as well. Alright, so we got some helps. How many are we up to? There's 3, there's 4. There's 5. That's good enough. It's Saturday morning, it's a little quiet, right? Probably not going to get a lot of the instantaneous helps that we're used to. But there we go. We have our USS Defiant. It's a good looking model. They did a very good job replicating this ship and putting it into the game for sure. There we go. Construction complete. Unlocks an additional hostile loot exchange bundle, that scales as it tiers up. Okay. Earn an increased amount of edict tokens using the Defiant. Yep. With each tier of the ship, claim the next level of solo Armada buffs in the Bajoran store. Okay. Use the ablative amplifiers to activate the special ability that gives yourself the boost. Right. So, we come over here to the faction store, and the first thing we notice is we have a whole bunch more claims. So we have this ablative amplifiers claim is now here. This is what you use as to buff. That's the currency that you use to buff other ships. And then I guess for building it, you get an additional bonus to kind of test it out and play around with it. There are 2 new favors in here, quantum torpedoes and magnetic field optimization. That's based on the tier of your ship. Those, did I miss them? So, my Defiant Amplified claim, now that I built the ship, went from being 10 of each of these to now getting 190 badges and 30 credits. So those extra 190 badges will now allow me to buy more stuff or to convert for more extra credits. Here we go, they're in here. So this is tier 1. I'm going to get these favors. So that immediately completed those. These don't really count as terms of standard favors there. So we've got increases the reload chance of my weapons, both my energy weapons and my kinetic weapons. So there's a possibility that they will, this one boosts kinetic damage, and this one boosts the reload rate. So there's always a possibility that they may not skip rounds. You got in static? All right, hang on a second. Is that any better, or are you still getting static? Totally gone now. Okay, good. Some days it does it, some days it doesn't. So you just have to I always have to rely on you guys to tell me. So thank you for letting me know. Okay, so we got these two new favors. Every time you tier up the ship, these will also increase. So these are 1 through 12. This is the isolinear chip. This is what's needed to upgrade the ship. This is ops level locked. So at level 35, where you can actually build the ship, you will not have this available, so you won't be able to tier the ship up. These progressively, as you go bigger and bigger, will present themselves. And then the ablative armor parts here, what you need to fix the components. This is also a fixed quantity. So I got 860 of those for credits. The subspace transceivers in here, these are what you need to do the research. These also have a fixed quantity associated with them. Okay. Let's do this. So there is our new Defiant. And if we want to look at just what it costs to upgrade the ship, immediately you can see, yay, I got the ablative armor parts that I need to upgrade it. But they gave me 860 today, and I can't upgrade shit. Forgive the language, but you can't upgrade anything. 1,500, 1,400, that's 3,000, 4,500, 6,000 we're up to. It's got 7 components, 9,000, and this is probably 10, 11, 12, 13. So you need about 13,000 of these ablative armor parts to upgrade the ship from tier 1 to tier 2. You get 860 a day when you start out. So immediately, we'll call it what it is. We'll call it 13,000. 2 weeks. It'll be stuck at tier 1 for about 2 weeks before anything can be upgraded. Which already means that the ship itself is going to be drastically inferior to any of my current ships until I actually start being able to tier it up, which is disappointing. Obviously, the ship ability here, you get additional rewards. You also get the buffs. You also get the more of the currency through the additional claim. This is probably what will change if we go to stfc.space. And we look at the Defiant. Yeah, so the Edict reward is the one that changes as the ship level increases. So level 1, it's 250%. Just getting it up to level 5 already increases it to 282%. So probably best to level up the ship before you actually try and take it out and use it. Plus you'll also get an officer slot and things like that that'll make the ship stronger. But obviously, as you can see, if you can actually start tiering this thing up, the amount of edicts that you're going to get drastically goes up, even by as high as, like, you know, level tier 3, level 15, you're already up over to 360% now, and you're at 400% by level 20. So that's a big increase there. Obviously, also, as you continue to tier things up, this Defiant Amplified Claim bundle will increase, but it's going to take time. That's for doing the Defiant claims there. So we also have the research now available in the Starship tree. So out here you have all of your Defiant research. So you've got 3 different little paths here, it looks like. One path is going to boost all of your stats in solo armadas. One path is going to boost all of your group armadas, right? Yep, that's the middle path. And then the bottom path here increases the damage during assaults. And there's a big difference between the Defiant buffs and the Cerritos buffs, in case you missed the information on this. So whenever you are buffed by one of these ships, it does not trigger the ability based on the values of the person who gave you the buff. It triggers on the values of your own individual research. So if your level 60 friend with the maxed Cerritos and has all their research done buffs you, you don't get whatever the values of their buffs are. You only get the values of what your research for yourself is. Kind of a way to keep it scaled and in proportion, right? Because otherwise everybody would have their Ops 60 friends, give them a huge buff, and they'd be killing things that they're not allowed to do. You're only able to get the benefits of the work that you've done. The Cerritos has a minimum buff. So regardless of if you've done no research, if you don't even have a Cerritos yet, you're Ops 15, and somebody buffs you with the Cerritos, you do get a minimum value addition increased to that. The Defiant does not have that minimum value. If you get buffed by somebody and you don't have a Defiant yet and haven't done any of this research, you will get the little icon, but you will get 0 additional increase. So if you don't have this done yet, don't ask anybody in your alliance to buff you, because it's just wasting their materials. So then you got to kind of come in here now and figure out which path you want to go, where you're going to most likely use your Defiant. Are you going to use it in solo armadas? You're going to use it in regular armadas? Or are you going to use it for assaults? I think most people are probably going to use it in solo armadas. That's probably the path to go first. At least get some of this stuff done. Starts with the damage bonus, and then it's going to improve shield piercing, accuracy. So these are your penetration stats, the first 3. And then you get a bigger critical hit chance and critical hit damage bonus. So no mitigation bonuses. It's all damage based. Improve your damage, improve your penetration stats, improve your critical hit damage. So Caravis asks, if a high level asks your low level Defiant, you get the buff based on your own ship. So if my Ops 59 friends in my alliance are like, hey man, can you throw me a Defiant buff? I will apply it to them. It will base off their research, whatever they've done, will then trigger and give them the benefit. So if you're a low level player, you can certainly help out the higher level players in your alliance by buffing them with your Defiant. But the inverse is not true. Them giving you a buff is probably going to be a waste because you don't have much or any of this research done. What's this other prime we have over here? That this is 6-star. Critical hit chance during an assault. Assaults aren't that great to begin with. 6-star materials can only be purchased. So again, not really worth doing there either. Ooh, but I can do my Mantis cargo. So hold that thought for a second. And then we'll figure out which Defiant buffs to get first, because I have a very limited amount of materials to start with. But I do want to get this one done real quick. While I'm right here before I forget. Do weaponry too. So we're probably going to start here, improving our damage. And we're just going to let that one go. We're not going to claim that one just yet, because I don't know if we have any type of research event or anything coming up this afternoon. So let's take a look. Looking at our calendar for today, the 24th, we do have a research event. That'll start in about a half hour. So we also have a station event, so no double ups today. On the calendar, we don't know what other types of events we're going to have. We know we have our ticket events, obviously a battle pass event, but there may be some other festive holiday events as well going on. Good morning, Lloydson. Good morning, Lord Hollywood. Hope you guys are doing well. Happy Christmas. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. So we unlocked our Defiant, and we're just going to go level it up real fast. Doesn't require much in the way of XP. So we got an interceptor. Typically I just send stuff out to here. Go kill stuff in yard over real quick to get that leveled up. Hey, good morning, Joysma. Welcome on into our chat today. So unfortunately, you know, the upgrading the Defiant, like we said, just getting out of tier 1 is going to take 2 weeks. Now, I am curious, because I don't think I heard anything about this. Some people were saying, I think I asked somebody and they said the answer was no. There are no ship parts in the event store. It's just Mantis, Cerritos, yep, Fuchsia, Amalgam, and then the regular ones.